Hey, what is up everybody? Welcome back to the Holy Smokes Barbecue channel. I hope you had a wonderful end of 2023 and beginning of 2024, and we're here with the first video of this year with something that I'm actually really excited to experiment with. I've never done this before. What a way to kick off the new year, right? So today we're going back to the cooking method of smo fried, right? So we're gonna smoke it, then we're gonna fry it. You see me do this with a turkey or on Thanksgiving. You see me do this with wings, and today we're gonna do it on something I've never tried before, which is fish. That's right, I love fried fish just like pretty much anybody does, but what if we added a little hint of smoke to it? So join me for experiment day here on the channel. Let's get started. All right everyone, for my fish of choice today, I'm using a white fish, and this is flounder. You really want to use a white fish like flounder, cod, any sort of like white flaky fish for this. Now these are previously frozen fillets. I picked these up at the store and I basically thawed them out and kind of dried them a little bit. There's going to be some residual moisture. Not really concerned about that because it's going to help my seasoning stick. Now, with any piece of filleted fish, you're going to want to check for pin bones, and they're going to be running right along this center section here. And I can definitely feel, yes, in both of these there are some of those bones. Now, we could meticulously go in and pull them all out, or we could do this little trick. Oh, by the way, check out this brand new Pit Boss cutting board. This is part of Pit Boss's new up-and-coming lineup of accessories. This thing is incredible. It even has a drawer that slides out from the side. It's got a nice little reservoir around the perimeter to catch any juices or things like that, and this really nice prep table quality cutting surface. So back to this. I'm actually going to come in here and separate these two pieces because we're making sort of like the type of fish you'd see in like fish and chips. So it's not going to be this whole piece. So essentially, I'm going to cut out this whole center section. Just like that. And now I don't have to worry about bones because they are all contained in this center section. We'll call it like a spine of sorts. And I'm going to trim off just these little like kind of loose hanging pieces. All right, just again, a little quick courtesy check. Everything feels great there. No outstanding bones. Kind of shore this one up about right here. That looks like a good size. And now we'll do the same with this fillet. Right down the middle, let's get rid of what I'm now calling the fish spine. I don't know, maybe what it's called, who knows. Like that. Kind of cut this one down a little. All right, so now I'm left with these nice looking little fillet pieces. Now, if you've watched my channel before and you've seen me smoke fish, you know that fish smokes very quickly, especially the thinner it is. And this is pretty thin, right? And you don't hear my smoker running in the background because we are not actually even turning the smoker on today. Before I tell you more about that, we're just gonna go with a little bit of salt on each piece and a little pepper. And I'm only seasoning one side, again, because of just how thin these are. And today, since I'm not actually turning the smoker on because I don't want it to actually cook the fish, we want the hot oil to do that, I'm gonna be using my smoke tube. That's right, you've seen me use this before. This is a very large one. It's way overkill for this, but I've got some other stuff I'm gonna be throwing on later, so it's fine for my purposes today. Smoke tube is basically the way that you achieve smoke without heat. So here's how this works. I have my smoke tube, and it's almost full of the Pit Boss Competition Blend pellets. I'm gonna use a little fire starter, stick that right in there. This is just something to catch flame. Normally I have a torch and you can just torch the pellets directly, but can't seem to find it. So we'll just use our handy dandy lighter here. There we go. And now our fire starter is lit, and I'm gonna place this on the grates of my grill. You could use any grill. I'm just gonna happen to use a Pit Boss because it's right next to me, but literally you could do this on any grill or smoker or anything like that. All right, and now while that smoke tube is getting fired up, just gonna place these on a rack just for easy transport. And then this whole thing goes onto the grill, the smoker, whatever the encapsulated space is with that smoke tube for probably only about 15 minutes or so, because we really only want it to just barely absorb that smoke flavor, because we're also gonna do a beer batter for this so we can fry it. All right, now that we've got a nice little fire burning, those pellets have ignited, all we have to do is literally just blow this out, and it will continue to smoke for as long as there are pellets in the tube. All right, there we go. There's our smoke, and there's our fish. We'll just let that sit, like I said, about 15 minutes, long enough for us to make our delicious beer batter. So in a mixing bowl here, I have 1 cup of all-purpose flour. To that, about a tablespoon of garlic powder, 1 tablespoon of smoked paprika, and about 2 teaspoons of seasoned salt. All right, we'll just whisk that together so that everything's combined, and hopefully a lot of it doesn't blow away because it's like incredibly windy out here. It's also very, very cold, which is actually a good thing for my fish, meaning that there's really no chance it's gonna do any sort of cooking in there. It's just gonna absorb that smoky flavor. Next, we'll go in with 1 egg that's already been lightly beaten. Just mix that in here. Just lightly. We're gonna really whisk this together well in just a second when we add our final ingredient, which is beer. For this, we're gonna go about 1 1/3 cups. All right, now the reason that we use beer for beer batters is not necessarily for the flavor, although you will get some of that. But the reason that we use this is actually for the aeration that comes from the CO2 that's contained within beer. That's gonna make it nice and light and fluffy, and that's gonna make sure there's nice little pockets of air in that batter and gives us all that delicious breading texture that we all know and love with fried fish. All right, so we'll just mix this up until everything is incorporated. We don't want any big lumps of flour or anything like that. All right, now that the fryer is ready and the batter is ready, let's look at the fish. Woo! That smoke tube has done its job. Now the fish doesn't really look any different right now. It's not really supposed to, but trust me, there is smoke imparted into these fish. All right, and so now here is what we'll do. We'll go in to our beer batter, just like so. Get a little bit of the dripping off, and then we'll put it into our basket that's going to go into the fryer. I know it's going to get on my cutting board, but one of the great things about this cutting board is that it is so easy to clean. You literally just spray it, wipe it off, and you're done. You're done. All right, you want 375 degrees, which coincidentally is as high as my deep fryer goes. If you're doing this in like a Dutch oven or cast iron or a deep pan or anything like that, use a temperature. You don't want to get it too hot, and you don't want it to be too cool, otherwise you're going to get mushy breading. And green means go. So here we go, we'll gently go in. And I like to cover with the lid as it goes down. Oh, that smells great already. Love the smell of cooking oil in the morning. Then we're gonna leave this fish in there for about 3 to 4 minutes. All right, let's see how they're looking. Oh man, look at that. Perfect, look how perfect those look. Gorgeous. And onto another rack with some paper towel underneath just for, dripping. Give them a little light salt while the oil is still hot. Right onto our display board. And finally, if the wind will let me, just a little green, little parsley. Boom! And there you have it. I mean, look at the beautiful color on those. That breading, that batter looks perfect. Not to mention the smell. Oh my gosh. And also, let's just look here. Oh, look at that white flakiness. Woo! Wee! All right, it is time to try this delicious looking smo fried fish. So I'm gonna grab that piece that I already kind of split apart there. Oh my gosh, it's flaky, it's beautiful, smells incredible. Here we go, smo fried flounder. Come on. Come on. Holy smokes. This is insane. It's crispy, but it's also delicate. It's packed with flavor. You don't need to dip this in anything. Get that tartar sauce out of here. You don't need anything to dip this in. Don't put ketchup on this. In a few of my prior videos, I forgot to say holy smokes. This makes up for all of it. Holy smokes, holy smokes, holy smokes, holy smokes, holy smokes. This is insanely good. Man, I'm so happy that I bought a good amount of flounder, because I'm doing this like triple size. Wait, you saw just how easy this was to do. I didn't even turn on the Pit Boss. That smoke tube makes everything so easy. I'll drop a link in the description below so that you can grab your own smoke tube right from Pit Boss's website. Well, hey, thank you once again for tuning in to the Holy Smokes Barbecue channel for this brand new year. If you like this video, show us that you like it by clicking the thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed, and make sure to turn on the notifications by clicking the little bell so that you know as soon as we drop new content. And listen, I know you're ready to hop up and go make this fish right now. I don't blame you. But first, I want you to check out one of these other two smo-fried recipes that we've done here. We've done some incredible stuff using multiple techniques, multiple pieces of equipment, but it's all turned out delicious. So check those out. Happy New Year, and I'll see you next time.